Welcome to the vlog. Today, I'm gonna show you the tools we use the very most every day while renovating our 200-year-old farmhouse here in Tennessee. Oh, you already know that because it was in the title. YouTube kicks you off their channel if you don't start every video by describing exactly what the title says and what you already know. Hey, so if you're used to the regular kind of content we have on the channel about tobacco pipes and cigars and bourbon, today's a little different. Today we're focusing on our tobacco farmhouse, our tobacco farm here in Tennessee. Let's look at some tools. The tools we absolutely use the most. Thought the best way to do this was to literally walk around the house and point out the ones that we really do use every day the most. Starting with these stinking ladders. They actually don't stink, they smell fine, but we use these a lot. The one that I like the best, by the way, if you're in the market for a ladder, is this one here. This actually isn't ours. I think this is our contractor's. The heck is it? Oh, I can zoom in on the label for you. That ladder right there. Whatever that is, this ladder is nice. The next one I can't find, probably because we use it so much, it's just always getting moved around. I don't see it. But that is a Sawzall. It's a saw with a blade that's kind of big and chunky, and it just literally cuts through anything, including nails. We use that thing all the time. Our contractor has one that's a battery operated one, which seems way more handy. Ours is not. It's the kind you have to plug in. It's electric, and it's kind of a hassle because that plug gets in the way a lot. And when you're renovating a house like this, sometimes the electricity is just turned off randomly, so it just becomes a hassle. Okay? The next thing is probably pretty darn obvious. This is especially useful when you're tearing stuff out, but a decent hammer and some pry bars. We use those little standard size ones the most, but we also have like a bigger, like a 3-foot yellow one. It's important to get the right color because, you know, it looks good. This is the massive pry bar that we use for pretty much anything big. I constantly look around down, I mean, not at you, but down because I mean, the floor is, well, there's not much of one yet, so you gotta watch your step. That would probably be the next tool, I would say, is a good pair of work boots that, especially the kind that are, because the amount of different things you step on is crazy. The next thing I'd recommend is a good tool belt. And this I'm actually lying about. We bought this and have not used it once, so that was a total waste. So those tools we really do use way more often than I thought we would, practically every day. Even after the demo stuff was done, we still use those all the time, it seems like. We're constantly looking for those. The other thing though that I would say is more important than all of those other tools are the things that we've had to learn kind of the hard way, I guess. Not just with this renovation, but the last one we did. And those are like yourself. That sounds stupid. I don't know. Right now I've got to go get some firewood because we're gonna go build a fire. We're taking an easy day today, which yesterday was supposed to be an easy day, but it wasn't. It turned into a pretty full work day. But today we're actually relaxing and gonna build a fire. So I gotta go find some firewood. Luckily, one benefit to at least our renovation is that you have a plethora of scrap wood. Let's go see what we can find. I know there was some already in the front of the house. You know what? I think I'm gonna do, well, let me find the piles of wood and then I'll grab the truck. We'll bring it over and fill it up. So I know there's some over here. This video just got real good. Walking around with the camera, looking for scrap wood. Scrap wood, ding! This stuff, ooh, right here, there's a lot. Oh yeah, this is the gold mine. All right, let's grab the truck. I think there's some other scrap wood over here. Let's go see. Man, I would say, realistically, I know it sounds cheesy and stupid, but more than the tools, you know, man, preparing your brain for what's to come with a big renovation, it's not like that difficult, especially if you kind of expect it to be really tough. It's not that bad, and it's actually a lot of fun. I love physical work like this, but man, it does get tricky. The thing I really like about doing a project like this And it doesn't have to be a project like this. Doing anything that puts you into kind of a difficult position is that you're forced to change and be stretched, you know? You know, we like to work out, stress our muscles and our bodies, but most of us don't really stress our minds, at least not in a good way. We're stressed because of work and stuff, but most of us, myself included, we'd rather it be comfortable in life. That's part of the reason we work the same jobs we do for years and live in kind of the same sort of homes and surround ourselves by the same sort of people, and routines become very comfortable in life. And but routines don't tend to stress or stretch your mind, your brain much. This is just for me. This isn't true for everyone, I guess, but I'm gonna run into a hole here, I think. I'm a big anti-routine person. I think as often as you can get yourself out of the mundane routine that most of us try to create in life, the better. I think it forces you to, even if it doesn't force you to be better, it doesn't always end up better, but it absolutely changes your perspective. And I like that. It forces you to work on yourself and see parts of you that are easy to hide otherwise, parts of you that probably should be worked on, changed. But when you do the same thing every day, it's easy to ignore some of those things and just push them down. And in that way, you can go 30 years and never grow, never change, which maybe isn't a bad thing. I don't know. Is that true? Does that make sense? It makes sense, I'm sure, but do you agree with that? What do you think? Whatever. Just comment, because YouTube wants you to comment. Maybe it's just what I feel is true for me. It doesn't mean it's true for everybody, but when I look at people, I know a lot of people like this, myself included at times, but you'll go a year, 5 years, 10 years, some people most of their lives without much ever really changing in their day-to-day life. They pretty much did the same thing. It's almost like somebody who lived on had like a beautiful mountain in front of them that overlooked the ocean, had tons of trails and different scenery, but their whole life they just spent in their house doing the same thing and never even knew it was there. I think if your life doesn't get disrupted and changed purposefully, you never know what was there. And maybe you'll go up to that mountain and see the overlook over the ocean. You don't like it and you go back to your house. That's fine. But I think it's good to see that, to know what's there, at least for your kids' sake. Show them that there's more to life, more than what you've shown them right now. The normalcy, every day, same old, mediocre kind of life. There's a lot of other ways to live, a lot of other ways to think, approach life, different strengths and weaknesses that people have in yourself. And if you never go out and push yourself to your limits and do things that are really uncomfortable, I think it's for your kids' sake. You're never showing them what life could be. They might want to do something totally different, but if you never show that to them, you only show them one path, the path that makes sense to you, the path that's comfortable for you. I don't think that's really fair to them, to some extent. There's a longer conversation. I don't mean to go down this path right now. This was just about tools, but well, hopefully something there is helpful. Gives you a little look at to outside of the obvious reasons we're doing this renovation, the practical things, there's a lot of other underlying benefits that you get that I think cause us to constantly do things that are, I don't know, to some of our friends and family seem crazy or stupid, or just question, why do you guys keep doing things like this? That's part of the reason anyways. And in that you gain tools, to come back to the point of the video, you gain tools that impact your life and change your life in ways that you probably couldn't even anticipate before you started. Anyways, I don't know what this video was. it was me getting wood mainly. So if you like this kind of video, do the things that YouTube wants you to do, that tell YouTube that you like this video. And if you don't, let me know in the comments that you just want to go back to tobacco videos, but these are kind of fun. Anyways, thanks for watching.